Hey, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. It's Mr. Gooby. I am currently on my hardcore world right now. I am trying to find diamonds, hopefully, just really trying to get better gear and maybe start building my base slash home. I don't know. We'll see. But in today's videos, or stories, I will say, we got some pretty freaking crazy confessions. I will say the last one and the third one are are pretty are pretty insane in my opinion. So stick around for those. Other than that, grab a snack, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get straight into it. Alright, guys, this is going to be story one. I sometimes hallucinate, and the doctors won't tell me why. I see strange shadow men in the corners of my eyes and hear whispers when I'm alone. I see the floors and walls contort and slither around like they're breathing or trying to show me their hidden patterns. I see purple shapes at the center of my visions, like geometric patterns or succulent plants. The way the triangles all come together in little curved lines in a mathematically perfect way. They flitter around the center of my vision, and the more I tune into it, the more they collapse into the center of my vision, like I'm seeing a strange tunnel trying to lead me somewhere. I told the doctor about these, and she said that I'm hallucinating. I asked why, and she said that isn't her job to find out. I asked her how do I find someone to find out, and she said that we were out of time for that day. This was a long time ago, and now I still don't know what to do. With the fact that I'm still losing my grip of sense, I smell and taste mold and rot, as if my very body is starting to decay and tarnish my senses. I feel my skin wither around like there are centipedes inside, and I just want to rip them out. I can't rip them out because they're not real. I don't know what to do. It's pretty awkward to mention something only for nobody to know what's actually going on because it didn't actually happen. Like this one time, I hear an elderly woman screaming as she'd been attacked, and I started frantically looking around. My friends told me to calm down and that I'm just crazy, and they laughed at me. It was demoralizing in a way to not trust my own senses, and there seems to be no way around it, and no getting help at the moment. Anytime I ask, it just leads to a dead end. Dude, that's gotta be fucking scary, man. This guy, I think this guy has like schizophrenia or something. There's like the way that's like gotta be schizophrenia. There's no way. Oh my god, dude, that must be so scary. That's like he definitely needs to get this checked out by like someone that would actually pay attention to him, or maybe he can get surgery or something to, to get that. He needs to see a psychiatrist or something, dude. That's terrible. Oh my god. All right, guys, let's get on to story two. All right, this is going to be story two. Delusional coworker complained about everything and faked going to the hospital. We used to have Beth, mid-50s female, work as the receptionist at my workplace. Even though she was like 30 years older than me, she acted like an immature, foul-mouthed child. She complained about free food, the coffee, and the temperature inside, and she mouthed off more than once to our executives. My first encounter with Beth was when she eavesdropped in a staff meeting when my coworkers and I decided on what flavor of cake to bring in for the monthly birthdays. I suggested German chocolate. She rudely sticks her tongue out at me and wrinkles her nose. My other two teammates said red velvet and birthday sprinkles, to which she makes a silent gagging reflex as she backs out the room. My one teammate flips her off. We were all pissed. We decided on a chocolate cake and a lemon curd pie, and that Beth told me tasted like battery acid. The last time we tried to do something nice for you, Beth. Beth was a hypochondriac, and she was always under the delusion something was wrong with her. One time she called me and said she had a headache and she needed me to cover the phones. I politely told her no. I had work-related errands to do. She made a side she makes a snide remark that I have buck teeth, just silently,
and I actually kind of self-conscious about it, and that it would suck for my face to be in the front of the front desk anyways. I was furious, but I still kept myself. As time went on, she was out almost every other Monday. My former boss, who was kind of a jerk, but did agree with me that Beth's actions were uncalled for, began building a case against her. Beth caught on the next day after she called me out, came in with a hospital bracelet. She wandered around the hallway telling anyone who would listen that she was nauseous and waved, probably fake, hospital bracelet around. Finally, Beth dug her own grave. She was out sick again, and her other teammate needed some drafts from Beth's PC. Beth had been hoarding documents on her own PC instead of the common drives, preventing us from accessing essential information while she was OOO. I'm assuming that means out. My teammate confronted her about it the next day, and then our boss had to get involved, which only made things worse. I never got the whole story, but apparently Beth went psycho. This was on a Friday. I had Fridays off. The following Monday, I heard Beth got fired that Friday. 2 months later, my boss resigned. I enjoyed a really awesome year at that job after those two assholes left, and then moved on to bigger and better opportunities. I still think about Beth often. Dude, I would. She sounds like a comical, like, annoying office Karen. Oh my god, I would hate to deal with her. Like, she sounds like the type of woman you run into, like, at a coffee shop complaining about the smallest, littlest things. Oh god, that poor, poor guy for having to deal with that. Oh my god. I would hate that. Oh, at least she got fired, honestly. Fuck her. Why are people so miserable? Like, honestly, why are they always so miserable? Alright, guys, let's get on to the next story. Alright, this is going to be story 3. Alright, just wanna say, trigger warning, this next story is pretty graphic, I will say. It's, let's just get into it. Alright, it is, I committed cannibalism on myself and nobody in my life knows. I cut out a piece of myself and ate it while in a mental episode, only to the Demiris, which is a muscle group. I have a large, unnatural geometric scar, which I explained away as an accident, which was somehow believable. I have urges to consume myself, and I haven't told anyone in my life this. I have eaten parts of myself twice, and I haven't told anyone in my life. How am I supposed to tell people that I got so mentally bad that I ate myself, and that I've been lying about it for a long time? If I tell that to a doctor, they will surely lock me away, and as that's something normal people don't tend to do. I wanted to get it off my chest, though. Eating myself was so relieving mentally. It was like finally understanding what I was always wondering. My skin doesn't taste like anything, it's just rubbery, like overcooked squid. Unlike dead skin, which has no elasticity. The skin was smaller after I cut it off too, since it wasn't stretched over my body anymore. Dude, this guy needs to go see a doctor about this, or psychiatrist, because there's clearly something wrong with him and he needs to get help. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, at least he knows there's something wrong with him. Like, at least he knows that there's something wrong, and I think he can work himself up to it and be able to, set a appointment to actually get help for himself. Because, dude, that is terrible. Oh my gosh, like how can your mind get to a point that's to that point? That's scary, man. That is so scary. Gosh. All right, this is going to be story number 4. My husband finally convinced me that his cheating was my fault, or at least he tried. For the last 4 years, I've been trying to figure out why my husband cheats. Looking back, I don't think there was ever a real reason because every time I caught him, the explanation changed. The first time was during the first month of our relationship. He told me it happened because I traveled a lot for work, I wasn't home enough, and he got lonely. It hurt, but I believed him because I wanted to believe him. It was my mistake. A while later, it happened again. This time it was because we had gotten into an argument and we were close to breaking up. His logic was that he thought I was going to leave him anyways. So somehow cheating made sense. This is some bullshit. So, sorry, guys. Uh, a while later, it happened again. This time, it was because we had gotten into an argument. Then came the childhood explanation. He had never had a mother figure, so he didn't know what a healthy relationship looked like. I felt sorry for him looking back. I think I spent more time trying to understand his behavior than he ever spent trying to change it. Things actually settled down for a while. We started sharing our GPS locations, whether he had changed or simply found it harder to get away with things. I don't know. I remember thinking maybe we had finally turned a corner. Then he discovered Snapchat. At first, it was just another app he used while hanging out in his man cave. Before long, there was sexting, flirting, exchanging photos and videos in the same conversations I'd seen before, just on a different platform. It was like he'd found a whole new playground. What amazes me isn't even the cheating anymore, it's the excuses. Every single one made sense for a few months until the next one came along. There were always another explanation, and somehow none of them ever involved him simply deciding to cheat. All right, I just want to say something, guys. This, how do you, like, as a person, man or woman, how do you genuinely put up with that, like that disrespect and that betrayal? Like, how many times? Like, this has been what, like the fifth or sixth time? Like, this isn't. Oh my! This is making me mad. It's pissing me off. Like, just divorce him. Like after the first time, instant, instant. All right, let's get back into it. A few days ago, he came up with one that honestly left me speechless. He told me his cheating was my fault. His example was that sometimes he asked me not to bother him while he's in his man cave. I agree, but every now and then I'll forget and I'll walk in and ask him a question. Then he asked me how I would feel if he accidentally started sexting someone because I had actually broken my first promise. I asked him to explain what he meant because I thought I had misunderstood him. No, that was his actual point. In his mind, me forgetting and asking him a question while he was in his man cave is the same as him opening Snapchat and finding someone to talk to, carrying on a sexual conversation, and exchanging explicit messages. We both broke a promise, so we're equally responsible. I've heard a lot of excuses over the last 6 years. My job was the problem. Our arrangements were the problem. His childhood was the problem. Now apparently I'm the problem too. I'm honestly curious whether anyone has ever dealt with someone who can just justify anything like this. At some point, it stops being about the cheating and starts becoming fantasizing how far someone will go to avoid saying, I did it because I wanted to. Dude, why isn't she just leaving this guy? This guy sucks. He is like genuinely the worst guy ever. Hello? It's clearly never gonna be his fault because he's never gonna take accountability. He will never. And and she keeps just being like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." Like there are no excuses. There's not a single excuse for any of this. And yet there it is. Oh my god. Oh, like she just needs to leave. All right, this is going to be story 5. My ex cheated on me with a guy she's now getting serious with. Do I tell him the truth? I, male, Recently found out my girlfriend of about a year and a half cheated on me. We were long distance for part of it. She was moving back to her home country and was planning to stay together and visit each other a few times a year. I've been noticing signs for a while, so I asked her directly, several times over 2 months. Whether we were still committed to our agreements, she said yes every single time. It turned out she was seeing someone else the whole time and hiding it. This wasn't the first time. She's cheated once before, and when we got back together, it was on her terms. Full honesty, cutting off the other guy, she broke it all off. I've now ended things with her calmly. Here's my dilemma. She never actually broke up with me before getting involved with this new guy. He knows I exist, but only through lies she's told him. She doesn't tell him I'm her boyfriend, just the guy whose place her stuff is at. She told him that we didn't live together. We did the whole time. And he even paid me as a controlling and abusive, which none are true. Now, the two of them are apparently trying to build something serious. Part of me thinks he deserves to know the truth, that she was in a committed relationship the entire time and lied to both of us. If I were him, I'd want to know. But part of me hesitates. I just ended it. She's already telling people I harass her, and I don't want to become the obsessive ex who inserts himself into her new relationship and basically hands her proof for the story she's telling. I also wonder if reaching out just keeps me tangled in something that I'm trying to move on from. So, do I tell him the full truth, or do I just let go and focus on myself? And if you think I should tell him, how would you do it and without making things worse for me? Oh man, you gotta tell him. Like, even if people say they should stay out of his biz, like, dude, like, you gotta tell him. I think my thing is once a cheater, always a cheater. And if he has the evidence, even more. Like I think there is a responsibility to tell him, like, hey, it's up to you to believe me or not. But here's the proof. She cheated on me with you. Just want to let you know this, because man, that is fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. Hopefully, this guy finds some peace, and the new boyfriend actually knows the truth. Oh, that sucks. Alright, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed those pretty freaking crazy confessions and stories. If you did, a subscribe and a like would be very, very much appreciated. It does help out a lot. Other than that, I really guys did hope you guys enjoy. I will catch you guys in the next one. Be safe out there, guys. Peace.